Yellow bellow people. It has been a week, so I guess I'm on a weekly upload schedule now. For some reason, I realized that most of the content that came out of the 11th anniversary for some reason has a time period. Like, if we go back to this screen, Grand Tours isn't a thing anymore. They got rid of it, so with the time on the line, I thought to myself, hey, how about I run into some of these events and just chat to a bunch of y'all and or chat to myself, but talk about some topics happened recently, make it a little less dull for the people that are watching at home. Let's do an audio test real quick. So if I turn this on, yes, okay, and we will turn on animations. So how have we all been? I know of the time of this recording, the new same day units have been teased. It is a clash unit, which I feel like is a very unique concept that they are doing with the tag mechanic, especially in the sense of Majin Vegeta and Super Saiyan 2 Goku, because no one would ever expect really for Dokkan to, well, I know people have been asking for a unit like that for a long time, but it's nice to see that Dokkan's actually taking innovation in their units. Like, there's been a lot more interesting units recently and a lot more mix-ups in terms of like how they structure out the units, what units work well, what units don't work well, how they can pump new features into the game. I did see it, the new unit seems to be factored around, one side has an EX and one has an active again, kind of like the in Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta and Goku and the physical Tournament of Power Boys. I can't be bothered to say their full names, so they're just the Fizz Tournament of Power Boys. If you can see, I'm running a semi old team. Well, not old. This Trunks and the Vegeta both super easy aid this anniversary, but I told myself, hey, how about we have some fun today and we try to take on the earlier stages of this event with units that maybe aren't particularly shoved onto a team like this. Well, I don't really know if that's true, but but another thing that I saw was Omatsu is moving back, so he's no longer the main head producer or main head of the team of operations. So Omatsu has moved away from the whole YouTube thing like Toshi did and stuff like that, but from what I've seen, he's still gonna be part of the Dokkan producer crew or team of operations, so he's still gonna be there, but not there, if you know what I mean. Like, he's gonna be one of the people who won't show up on camera as much anymore, because I think he's been around for a while. Kudos to the guy, man. Probably brought a lot of new concepts into the game, and he realized it wasn't his time in the spotlight anymore. There's always that time when people realize that the younger generation have more spark and they could possibly bring more to the game and innovate more as the head of the game, which is now Geppy. I wonder who Geppy's... Oh, this is an animation. No, I love this unit. Like this unit is very, I would say, hated maybe. Well, no, not hated. This unit has a love-hate relationship. So I'm one of the people who's on a flip coin side for this unit, because this unit is like dreadfully underrated. Like, I honestly think that they should be like maybe top 15 in the game, right? Because I think 10 key spheres obtained or more, they get 100% dodge, right? And then for every key sphere obtained, he gets like 5% dodge or something. It's like criminally underrated, but I can see a initial problem with this unit. If you saw in the beginning, Golden Frieza, yes, he is a very fundamental yet very vindicative side of this card. One thing I can say is, if they executed this unit like Int Vegeta and Goku, who I can think is like the most similar to this unit in terms of design, right? Where one side is for stacking and one side is for well, no, they got like elements from both the Int and the Fizz headliners of the 11th anniversary, right? So one side is damage reduction and guard, and the other one is dodge, right? So in terms of the mechanics on both sides, you can say it's the orb changing is in relation to Int Goku, whereas the guard and damage reduction is more like the physical Vegeta side, right? And the problem with this is, since they are technically a turn 3 exchange, right? Or next turn exchange, the thing that harms them is when Frieza is in newer events, kind of like this one, he can tend to struggle a bit more, I've realized, because there is a point to be made that eventually units with just pure damage reduction and guard will get phased out eventually, because even though he did have 70% damage reduction and he guarded, he still took 200k from Legic, which is not the greatest, right? But he is at 55% for me, so maybe people do have different opinions on, you know, the units that they have at different percentages. Guess we're unlucky there. We'll keep going. Yes. Anyways. The fours have an introduction. Yeah, but as I was saying, like, there is a certain point where you gotta realize, like, certain parts of units will hurt them, even if, like, one side of the unit is, like, criminally good, and the other side is, like, criminally bad, right? Like, I guess that's one of the parts of units that on anniversary headliners. Look, in my video, I did talk a video a while back. It was when the initial statement for GT and Fizz duo came out for their EZA details. I did tell people not to be too excited, because just reading the kits alone, you don't truly know or able to gauge where they truly rank in terms of, you know, the game in general. And I have seen a lot of criticism recently towards the STR duo, not so much the Fizz duo. The Fizz Boo duo haven't really been slandered that much. The slander I've seen has been coming towards the GT duo, and the main part I see is, even though they stack massive attack, their defense is abysmal the deeper the fight goes. Well, not necessarily for things like Jiren. They are abysmal in the AGL Jiren phase, but once they move on to the Int Jiren phase, their damage reduction does save them a lot. But the thing is, in things like Festival Battles and Player's Choice, right? That's another one I haven't done recently, but especially in Festival Battles, people have been saying they start to struggle around Gogeta and Vegeta, which, don't get me wrong, those bosses are still like really good. The only thing is, for a unit that's meant to be fundamentally ran in Festival of Battles, it's a bit of a shame that they aren't more potent in terms of their survivability in there. Sure, you can say they have a revive, but another thing I've seen with their revive is people are mad that it doesn't crit. One of the main parts of the Boo Duo kit is once you receive 7 orbs, they guarantee crit and they get plus 77 attack upon that thing. Like, they're already defensive juggernaut, right? They don't really need much else to survive within the grasp of things, but the GT duo do seem to be struggling more on the side of no built-in crits into their kit, and they don't seem to be able to effectively deal with longer content. And you know, in terms of how they built the characters, I can see what Dokkan was trying to achieve. They were trying to say, this side is for attack and this side is for defense, right? Because obviously GT Duo are one of the best defensive units in the game, period. And then STR Duo are meant to be the best attacking stackers in the game, period, at the moment anyways. But the thing is, the way that they this, I still can't get over this. Like, this animation looks so clean. It looks like they like pulled it out of the movie as well, which is. But anyways, yeah. As I was saying, right. The only part that I can really say about this is it's a bit of an unlucky period of time that a lot of units are coming out through. For example, I can make the case of the 10th anniversary units. They were sprouted into a time of just pure uncertainty, because they were really good, like most of the oh, you know why STR Goku didn't dodge? It's because this Gogeta is an extreme unit, that's why. Yes, okay, I understand now. But the 10th anniversary units were sprouted into a time of like, hey, long content is better, long content is great, except for maybe Evo Vegeta, Frieza, the Int one, and Fizz Gohan, who were weirdly designed for the anniversary. Like, don't get me wrong, right? The Frieza was still viable, but he kind of has the same problem as this Gogeta and Frieza. Like, one side of the unit hurts the other side too much. Like, that Frieza is abysmal. The Goku side is better. I can say though, the Frieza active is so much better than the Goku active. Why did they not give Frieza or Goku attack stacking? Like, is it just too hard to say Frieza gets 50% stack on his 18 key, and he gets 12 on his 12 key, he gets 20% stack or 30% stack, right? Like, isn't that what that Hope of Universe 7 thing is meant to be? Right, you bring in two magnificent units, right? Well, the Goku side arguably is better, but you bring in two units, you expect them to be, you know, great because they're anniversary headliners, or not headliners, but part of the anniversary, right? And then you realize I can't really explain why he didn't dodge there. Is it because I am the last stage is Baby, and Baby is I guess today's a failed attempt twice, but it's fine. I still got 4 days to run it back. So yeah, I hope you guys have had a great week this week. If you're here listening to me talk, I appreciate it up until this point. Maybe I'll try to run a different team next time. Kind of spice things up, you know. What team could I realistically run? I'll think about it. Okay. Great video today, by my standards anyways. If anything, stay healthy. Remember to hydrate. And remember, saying the units are insanely underrated sometimes. I can speak for this guy. Arguably one of the most broken same day units of all time, and he is a festival killer. Try to summon on Goku and Vegeta if you can. If you can't, don't worry. They'll come back eventually. I think during whenever they come back. I'm not really too well versed about that. Okay. Bye bye.